Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Gonna see if I get anyone to jump on here with me. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm Allie Huntoon, and I am an HR account manager for Allied HR Solutions. And we are a company based in Midland, Michigan, and our goal is to help small and growing businesses with anything HR related. So, I'm an expert that can handle everything from recruiting and onboarding to benefits and wellness plans to exiting the organization and retirement. So I've been hopping on here every Tuesday afternoon to share a little bit about an HR topic that's on my mind. And I thought this week we'd talk a little bit about open enrollment. So it's no secret, fall's coming. Fall's definitely here. It's coming. It's in the air. So with fall, that usually means open enrollment is right around the corner. So open enrollment is a fixed period of time each year when benefit eligible employees are able to pick new benefits for the upcoming calendar year. So typically, small businesses or any size business will have a calendar year basis. So they'll elect their new benefits at the end of the calendar year for the start of the new year beginning. Sometimes it does happen on a fiscal year. So if you're going, June to July, it'll be a little bit different for you and your business. But typically, we see open enrollment occur usually in October, November, or December later in the year, and then that new employee's benefits will begin on January 1st of the next year. So, open enrollment is a really large thing to tackle, especially if you're a small business, because there's so much communication involved, and healthcare is a complicated thing, and it's a huge decision for someone to make. It's going to affect them and possibly their family for a whole calendar year. So, some tips that I'd like to give small business owners or any business owner that has an upcoming open enrollment: definitely seek out support. So, when I had a corporate job, I actually was the sole benefits administrator there and handled all of the open enrollment by myself. So, we had, a whole dedicated team member just solely focusing on that benefit piece. Most small businesses don't have the luxury to have a dedicated staff member to only concentrate on open enrollment and benefits. Totally understandable. So, that's where an HR consultant from Allied HR Solutions can come in and really help you with that communication piece. The biggest thing I think that will help your employees succeed and really understand the new plans, or maybe understand even the old plans if they didn't know kind of the ins and outs of what they were even on before, is meetings. I think it's important to have at least 1 to 2 mandatory meetings, everyone in your staff. It doesn't have to be boring. You can make it fun. Have a presenter come in, either someone from your HR staff who knows about the benefit plans, or, an HR consultant, and really go through and see, what changes that you want to highlight. What do you want your employees to understand? Maybe make it fun. Maybe have some breakfast there for your employees. Make it more of like, a fun get together rather than a boring mandatory benefit meeting. But it's definitely important to have those get togethers. And I think it's important for your employees to be able to have time to ask questions, especially at the end of a group session. Many of the introverted employees will have the same questions, but they won't feel that they have, the space to ask, or maybe they're not, confident enough to ask their questions. So, those more extroverted employees will usually step up, ask the questions they're wondering, and help out some of the ones who are quieter. It's also super important to have a resource that's not necessarily part of your organization to ask questions. So that can be an HR consultant. That can also be, there's a hotline called Health Advocate. Some small employers choose to go that route, and it's a service you can pay for that they employees can actually call in and have an expert, anonymous expert on the other line to help them with any health, dental, or vision questions. But it's important, for your employees to have someone that they can go to ask personal questions that involve their medical health, their medical history, and maybe their families, that's not connected to the organization. Some of these things are hard to talk about. Sometimes they're embarrassing, or they're just private in nature. So I think it's important to really have an HR consultant, someone else that's not connected to your organization, who's familiar with your benefit plans, that can sit down and take one-on-one appointments with your employees. And it doesn't have to be anything super involved. Can be 20-minute appointments. Just have a room set up, or, if you're doing things virtually, have a Zoom call and just let those employees be able to ask those questions that are on their mind. I saw a funny comic the other day that someone drew, and it was an employee all frazzled talking to their benefit provider, and the benefit provider is saying in the comic, well, your new health plan is not going to cover the stress and anxiety that you feel over picking a benefit plan. So it's definitely a hard decision to wrestle with, especially if you have more than one plan, and especially if you don't know what's going to come in the next calendar year. So if you're not familiar with benefits, um, you know, over a calendar year, if you don't have a specific qualifying life event, you're not able to change your plan unless it's that special open enrollment period. So, unless there's a birth in your family, a death in your family, a marriage, divorce, a significant job change, they're going to be locked into whatever they're choosing this fall for the whole rest of 2021. So we really want to communicate and make sure that employees know what they're signing up for and that they feel able to ask questions if they have them. So, some tips and tricks I thought I'd share with you. Another awesome thing that I would recommend putting together is a comprehensive benefit guide. You're going to have all of your summary plan descriptions in there, something you distribute to your whole staff, make it available. If you have a company intranet page, um, have somewhere that they can turn with specific questions with, prescriptions, deductibles, copays, all that good stuff. And make sure that you're distributing those with enough time for them to really go through them and be able to pick the plan that's best for them and their family. So I would love to talk to you about all of your benefit needs. Head over to my website, alliedhrs.com. I do provide free consultations. I feel like that's really the key to a good working relationship between an HR consultant and a small business. We really need to have that conversation. Where are your HR pain points? What can I help you streamline? What procedures are you lacking? What procedures can we improve? Everything is so specific to your business. So head over to my website, check that out. Lots of new and exciting stuff happening. The best way to keep up on everything new is to subscribe to our newsletter. So head over to our website. You can do that there as well. We have a newsletter every couple of weeks with things that are new, exciting. We also have some blog posts. So those will be pushed out automatically to anyone that's subscribed to our newsletter. We also are continuing our gift card giveaway. So we'll have a new one in October. Check that out. You're going to want to enter. A lot of cool stuff happening. I'm excited that you're here with me along for the ride. So let me know if you have any topics you'd like to tackle next Tuesday. And have a great afternoon, and I'll see you next week.